Man, I do not want to go through that again. I'm telling you, man, don't nobody need to go through that. As y'all can see, my voice don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little sick, but I'm gonna be alright. But man, this past week and a half, man, it's been a complete shit show, man. I ain't been to work in like, man, like 9 days. I don't even know. I've lost count. I'm going back to work tomorrow, thank goodness. I miss my crew, and I gotta get out of this house, man. You know what I'm saying? It has been a wild ride, and I know I haven't responded to some of y'all's messages. I ain't been ignoring people. I just ain't been trying to look at my phone, man. Like I was that sick. Like looking at my phone, just looking at the screen, I was just getting a big ass headache, man. I couldn't do it. So I wasn't ignoring nobody, you know what I'm saying? I was just sick as hell. Didn't want to do nothing but sleep, you know what I'm saying? Everything hurt. All my muscles was hurting, man. I couldn't make it like 5 steps without running out of breath, man. It was bad. I spent 3 nights in the hospital, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to the people at the hospital, man. They treated me good, you know what I'm saying? They basically saved my life, bro. I felt like I was dying. And I'm gonna tell y'all, it all started, I went to work. It was on a Tuesday, I think I went to work. I can't even remember. Anyways, I went to work. I felt fine. You know what I'm saying? I got home later that night and I just could not stop coughing. You know what I'm saying? So I called off work the next day. I'm like, man, I just got a cold. And then I wake up the next day, man. I couldn't breathe. All my muscles was hurting, man. Everything hurt. All my muscles was hurting. I couldn't breathe. My nose was stuffed up. My throat was hurting. I had diarrhea. I had the chills. I had a fever. I'm like, oh man, I done got COVID-19. So I went and got a COVID test. It was negative. I was like, all right, I probably got the flu, or I just got a cold or something. You know what I'm saying? So I was just, treating it at home myself with like NyQuil and ibuprofen. You know what I'm saying? And finally I was like, look, I gotta go to the hospital. This is bad. So I go to the hospital and they tell me I got pneumonia. And I'm like, oh man, that ain't good. Speaking of, I got my antibiotic right here, which I need to go ahead and take. It's my last one, my last day for them. I go back to work tomorrow, thank goodness. So take my last antibiotic. It's just been a long week though, man. Like, I know I don't sound right, but it'll be alright. Excuse me. I still got a little bit of a cough. But they say I'm not contagious anymore, so that's a plus. And I'm probably not going to feel right for like another 3 weeks or so. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be completely better for a while. But I'm not contagious anymore. And I could breathe a lot better. And I feel a lot better. But man, nigga was dying for a while. Boy, them 3 nights in the hospital, they seemed like they was never gonna end, man. I remember the first night, I was like, oh hell yeah. Like, I didn't want to get admitted. I go in and I'm like, yeah, they gonna tell me what's wrong with me. They gonna send me home and give me antibiotic or whatever. They're like, well, we gotta admit you. I'm like, oh man. They're like, let's see if we got a room so we ain't gotta transport you and la da da da. So they got me a room. And it was alright, First thing I did was turn on the TV, of course. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be stuck in here for days. I ain't gonna have nothing to do. Thank goodness for me, The Nightmare Before Christmas was on, so that made my night a little bit better. But, nah, man, I spent most of my time in there taking breathing treatments, getting fluids, and watching Family Matters and George Lopez. I know Avengers Infinity War, they played that. They played Thor. I remember watching that. But yeah, man, I'm glad it's over. That was a long few days. But I feel a lot better, man. And I miss everybody at work. All the homies out there that I haven't messaged back, I'm gonna message y'all back. You already know I will. It's just been one of those. It's that time. It's that time. It's like, man, this some bullshit. And I want to give a shout out to Heather Walker and everybody at work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they sent me this little truck while I was in the hospital. It had balloons attached to it, but those are in my living room right now. But they sent me this little truck with a little get well card and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. That made me feel good. I like this truck, bro. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I mess with it. It's dope. But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody for the prayers. I want to thank everybody who was praying for me. And I want to thank, everybody who was there for me. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot, and it really does help. But nah, man, I'm still here. I survived. I made it through. I'm a survivor. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I made it. I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all what was going on. I know a lot of people was worried about me, spending my Thanksgiving in the hospital wasn't fun, but, hey, it is what it is, man. It's part of life. People get sick, but, man, I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die, man. My left lung, it was my left lung, where everything was at, and it was like, oh, man. My right side was fine, but my left lung, it was kicking my ass, bro. But, no, I just wanted to share my little story with y'all, let y'all know what was going on. Excuse me, and it's been a while since I made a video, so. But I will let y'all know I did finish Wednesday on Netflix. So my review for that will be coming tomorrow. And there goes my alarm to wake me up.
It's 1:00 p.m.
But I'll get back to y'all. Until next time, guys.